Social media is not a media, it is a key to listen, engage, and build the relationships. So, with this thought, let's start today's session. Good evening, everyone. Kyali Ho. I, Dhruvi Shah, student of a CPS Ghatlodia, representing Saurabh English School, would like to welcome you all in today's webinar. Firstly, I would take the honor to introduce our speakers for the day. So, we have Hit Kavaiya, a student of a CPS Ghatlodia, and Khushi Trivedi from Saurabh English School. Can you guys imagine a life without social media? No, right? These days, everyone, children, youngsters, and even few oldies are mostly active on social media. So, today, let's talk about social media. Our topic for the day is power of social media. Nowadays, people have engaged a lot in social media. We have made an addiction of it. Well, we are super fond of it. So, did anyone really think about it? That what would be its impact on us? So today, Hate and Khushi will tell you about that. Before moving to the question, I would like to say a few words about social media. So basically, social media is a web-based technology to facilitate social interaction between the large group of a people through some type of a network. It is typically used for social interaction and access to news, information, and decision making. It is valuable communication tool with the others locally and worldwide, as well as to share, create, and spread information. To acquire some more knowledge, I request our speakers to spell out something more on social media. Before I begin with the questions, I would like to tell the audience that if you have any question, then please put in the comment section. We would really acknowledge it. So, my first question is to Hey. Hey, as you know, and I said earlier that everyone is insanely fond of a social media. So, how can social media affect us as students?
Thank you, Jovi. It will be my pleasure to answer your question. So, social media is a tool that is becoming quite popular these days because of its user friendly features. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitters, and list goes on are giving people a chance to connect with each other distances. In other words, the whole world is at our fingertips. The youth is especially one of the most dominant users of the social media. All of this makes you wonder that something so powerful and with such a massive rich content cannot be all good. For example, there are two sides of coin. The same goes for social media. Subsequently, different people have different opinion on this debatable topic. So now coming to the question, while social media has many positive effects on education, including better communication, timely information, socializing online and learning, enhancing skills, and even making a career, among others. The same has some negative effects, which include identify theft, cyberbullying, and most terrible one is social isolation, which means a type of addiction. For example, if I posted a picture anywhere on social media, then my attention will be completely on it. Every 5 or 10 minutes, I will check that how many likes did it get, who left which comment. So these things will keep me distracted from my studies. So all I would like to say here is that social media has many tremendous effects which surely help you in daily life, only if it is used wisely.
Thank you, Hey. This was really effective. Now I request Khushi to tell us about the issues on social media. Now I request Khushi to tell us about the issues on social media.
Thank you, Dhruvi, for this opportunity. Now I am to elaborate adverse effects of social media. As every coin has two sides, social media has some negative impacts. They are cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is defined as aggressive and repetitive acts meant to hurt someone and involves an imbalance of power inflicted through electronic media. According to one study, 20 to 40% of adolescents have been victims of cyberbullying. Traditional bullying and cyberbullying are associated with increased anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem in adolescents. Bullying also has been associated with other physical health effects, including stomach aches, sleep problems, headaches, tension, bedwetting, fatigue, and poor appetite. The next one is internet addiction. Internet addiction is defined as uncontrollable use of the internet that results in excessive time consumption or social dysfunction. Internet addiction has a similar pathology to other addictions, which result in interpersonal, family, and social problems. In adolescents, internet addiction has been linked to depression, self-injuries, self-injurious behaviors, sleep disturbance, increased alcohol and tobacco use, and obesity. Additionally, studies have found microstructural changes in the brains of adolescents with internet addiction. The next is sleep deprivation. High rates of depression, suicidal ideation, obesity, and poorer school performance have been demonstrated in sleep deprived adolescents, especially in those getting hours or fewer of sleep per night. In addition to distraction and less sleep because of time spent on social media, the electronic devices themselves may be contributing to sleep and to poor sleep quality in adolescents. Footprint. The term digital footprint refers to the data left behind by the users of electronic media. This ongoing record of website visited, pictures and videos posted, and personal information shared online cannot be removed and can lead to long-term implications if inappropriate information is shared. Internet dating. Internet dating has been used by adolescents as a way to explore new relationships. Many websites specifically designed for adolescent dating have been created. Although many of these sites warn against sharing personal information, and this advice is often ignored. Adolescents who have participated in online dating have been shown to an increased risk of STIs and high risk sexual behaviors. Diagnosis without experience. We know that most of the expert work comes from the years of hand on hand experience and education. This causes a lot of issue and has a real world impact. Sure, you can pick up some handy tips from the internet, but you can't diagnose yourself with a deadly disease just because a website said you had a few symptoms. These problems aren't going anywhere for a while unless the social media companies, governments, and other technologies can start combating them correctly.
Bang on, Khushi. Fabulous. Now, my next question goes to Hit. Why should we have an account on a social media? How does it help us?
Okay, so my answer to this question will be that when we look at the positive aspect of social media, we find plentiful advantages. It can help individuals connect and deepen their relationships. Furthermore, as more and more people are distancing themselves from newspaper, they are depending on social media for news. You are always updated on the latest happening of the world through it. In addition, it strengthens bonds with our loved ones. Distance is not a barrier anymore because of social media. For instance, you can easily communicate with your friends and relatives overseas. Mostly important, it also provides a great platform for young budding artists to showcase their talent, and they can get great opportunities for employment through social media too. Another advantage benefits companies who wish to promote their brands. Social media has become a hub for advertising and offers you great opportunity for connecting with customer.
Thank you, Hit, for sharing such a fantastic information.
Wait a sec, Dhruvi, I want to add something.
Yeah, Khushi, please go on.
We spend so much time talking to people over social media with likes, emojis, and quick comments that we may have more difficult time engaging in conversation with people in real life. People are spending less time meeting up in person and learning how to express both positive and negative emotions in a healthy way. Instead, people are learning to depend on their emojis to express what they are feeling or thinking. In person conversations can be messier and less linear, for sure, but they can also ultimately be more meaningful and bonding. These are the hidden downsides of the social media.
In short, surely social media has both advantages and disadvantages, but it all depends on the user at the end. The used must particularly create a balance between their academic performances, physical activities, and social media. Excess use of anything is harmful, and the same thing applies to social media. Therefore, we must strive to live a satisfying life with the right balance. So, here we come to the end of our today's webinar. Thank you so much to both of you speakers for your valuable knowledge. We are very grateful that you became a part of today's webinar. Thank you once again. And must say to all our viewers who joined us and left so many beautiful compliments for us on Facebook pages. We are very delighted to have your continuous support. Thank you. Bye.